All right, let's do this. Oh, I'm glad I took the. I would have liked to continue to stream. It would have been great to have a non-broken, consecutive streaming record. But this was the test. And I know it sounds pretty stupid because it's like going, oh, yeah, all you had to do was stream. It didn't go exactly as I planned. I talked myself out of doing the 2 hours. I didn't really plan to do 2 beats. I had 2 days. I have to admit, I am quickly, we're talking like at lightning speed running out of beans to make. And yes, doing 2 a day doesn't help, and even putting off the limiter, where it doesn't necessarily have to be a bean that's going to be in the circle. If anybody saw the circle right now, they'd be like, what the fuck? Where is everybody? I'm telling you, and here's the kicker. This is what's going to floor everybody. The first circle, I haven't had contact with. No. Oh, I did run into one of the people on another stream, but I haven't had real contact with them either. And I'm literally just doing the, as I have contact with people, I'm putting them in the circle. And it is not my reaching out that I'm adding. It is because obviously I'm going to be creating them, and that means that I'm going to reach out to them with their being. It is solely on how much contact they have with me. And if you saw that, you'd be like, what? Huh? That doesn't make sense. I don't even have one full circle done of people in contact with me. Because the 11, that's taking up the space that I used to take up. I shrunk the QB down in the center, which I thought was more fitting. If you really want to know the truth, it was definitely more fitting. I like that a lot better. I don't know why the original circles wouldn't do that. They kept that centerpiece so large that it just overshadowed everything. I'm gonna like it that it's smaller. The only bad thing about it is the Q circles on the t-shirt gotten even smaller, and they're gonna be hard to see. That's it. I definitely thought that making the beans would have brought a lot more people in. I don't need it to be a whole big thing. I definitely have had more people. Each stream has been getting more people in it. Or at least that's what Twitch is telling me. That the last stream had 11, I believe, and the stream before that had 8. So unique viewers. So it's kind of cool. That's kind of cool, right? I still think they count me. I still think they count the streamer. But the numbers they need are so high. So this asshole in front of me just literally cut in front of me, and is doing 5 miles under the speed limit. If you weren't in such a fucking hurry, I'd understand. If you were in such a hurry that you had to basically blast through, no problem. But you're not in any hurry, obviously. Why couldn't you just be a little more patient about pulling out? You could have pulled out behind me. I don't understand drivers. I don't understand other people at all. That's definitely one of the things that I don't want to say naturally, but it piques my interest enough that I delve into it, and that's motivation and stuff like that. Even the reasoning behind people doing, seemingly batshit crazy stuff. Going against their own interest. They have justified in their minds that this is for the better. This will eventually be my betterment, even if I have to suffer for it in the short term. They've justified it. I mean, it's basically a lot of what it is justification. The one thing I think is because I struggle with people is the doubling down. And I think it's okay to double down, but you have to realize that when you double down, that you can lose twice as much. And when you're in an argument that you practically lost and you double down, it's a bad move. I almost never double down. Almost never double down on things. If I'm losing an argument, I don't double down. it's rare that I'm actually losing an argument in my mind. It's rare that I feel that somebody else has the upper hand on me. Very rare. Mostly because I'm not trying to. I've already given my argument. Why I believe what I believe, and if they don't start breaking that down, there's no that part. They've lost the higher ground to me. So what I start doing is I start breaking down their argument bit by bit on why it's wrong. If they are in fact right, and what I've said was wrong, as part of my argument, I can admit that, because I don't care if they think that I don't care if they want to. I'm not trying to prove to them that I'm right. I don't care. I don't care if they ever believe that I'm right. I don't care if they believe what the right thing is. What I want to understand is, why do they believe what they believe, even if it's right. And if it's right, what's right about it? If it's wrong, why do they believe? Why? What caused you to have to believe it? It's like I'm going to probably say these medications wrong. It's like somebody believing that vaccines are bad, but they would rather take a horse dewormer, and I think it's ivermectin, and I could be wrong. That could be one of the actual things. I don't know. But they take a horse dewormer, which does have, there are certain one of them that have tracking devices in it, so they can track the bowel movements of those horses. So they basically keep an eye on them. Now, most of the time they just tag the horse with a tag, but I think that they do have tracking, because keeping track of like how many people have had the ivermectin. And again, if it's the wrong freaking medication, tell me. I can admit that I'm wrong. Yeah. Where was I at? It's people would rather have that, a medicine that was not only that wasn't made even for humans, but was made to deworm. They'd rather take that for something that's causing a pandemic than to take the actual freaking medication, because they heard that the medication might cause autism or whatever. It has a tracking device in it. Just so everybody knows, the government doesn't need to track us. It doesn't need to put a device in our bodies. It doesn't need to track us. We have cell phones that basically are 100%. They give a lot better information about us. It's the perfect thing. And if you don't use a cell phone, you basically are, I'm using a cell phone now. And my cell phone's active. So they can look up where my number is. They can find out, they can look up my number. They can find out exactly where I am at this very moment. Because my phone's on. And not a general area like it used to be. Like, they can tell you what street I'm driving down and stuff like that. The last I really checked, I think it was within 5 feet. They can get within 5 feet, especially if you're moving. And all I gotta do is ping the phone. My car actually tells me what street I'm on. It's sending information about where I am right at this moment. They can even coordinate between my cell phone and my car to tell them exactly where I am. They don't need to put something in our bodies. We don't need a nanochip in our brains. We are already 100% controlled. And I am no different. I should have abandoned Twitter the moment Elon Musk brought a kitchen sink or a bathroom sink, I don't know what type of sink, is into the lobby of Twitter headquarters and saying, let this sink in. The irony of his stupidness just knows no bounds. But I literally should have jumped ship then. I like to think, and I know this is going to sound really stupid. I like to think that the 3,000 the 3,000 followers that I had on Twitter that I no longer have, I like to think that they smarter than me, went to a better place, and abandoned ship. I am only there in case Twitter gets revived. I know that sounds stupid. One of Musk's kids who might inherit it might be even bigger of an asshole. Actually, they probably wouldn't inherit it. Some Saudi who basically funded his insanity would probably inherit it. Somebody with enough money to keep their name out of the freaking headlines. But back to me and arguing. Yeah, it's happened. I'm not going to say that it has never happened, but it has happened, but it's extremely rare. I have several core principles. It doesn't seem like they're changing anytime soon. And the older I get, either the stronger they get or the quicker I am to remove them and fix them. Because that's what learning is to me. But like I said, it has happened. I talk about things that fair social was one of the things that I talked about, that I thought it does mean what I thought it meant, but I was not realizing that streamers and VTubers and any other VTubers are streamers. All streamers deal with a parasocial relationship. All of them. What I was thinking is because usually males would get obsessed with female newscasters, usually weather, usually the weather person, and they would actually, imagine that they were talking directly to them. And the parasocial relationship is that they would have this relationship. I've described it as Billie Jean from Michael Jackson's song. The real one, the real person, had a parasocial relationship with Michael Jackson. Never even had contact with him to have a son with. That's a parasocial. That's what I always deemed it to be. That's what I always looked at it. With streamers, there's interaction, and I thought that interaction deems the parasocial relationship null and void, because you would think it's an imagined relationship. You have an imagined connection to the people that you're watching their streams, and while instead you're directly interacting with them. I never realized, and it was right there in front of my face, that when the streamer talked about chat, I thought they were talking about a group. The truth is that they're talking about an entity. It's like the viewing audience. And when they get calls from their viewing audience, that person, Carol, whoever called in, that person, feels like they have a name. And they now have an established connection to these people on TV. And they can watch it, talk about them. But to the newscaster, they're still the viewing audience. And there is no connection. Scary, huh? That's insane, right? Most, not all, I like to think of myself as outside of that, but most streamers, that's the relationship they have. Chat is there, they're streaming for chat, this one person, with undefined features. Yeah. It was a shock to me, actually. As you can see, I don't make songs for streamers anymore. Well, I'll make songs for streamers, but streamers that I have a connection to, not streamers that I've watched their stream. And as you guys know, if you aren't aware of this, I don't know where you've been. This might be your first video, but iMouse is one of the ones that inspired me to become a streamer. I thought I had a connection. I actually, even if you watch the earlier, I don't know if it's in Morning Commute, but my earlier videos, I talk about us as if we're peers. Because I'm a streamer, she's a streamer, we're peers. We're on the same level. That is literally like somebody in Pee Wee League football saying that they're peers with I was gonna name somebody at the because this Super Bowl is coming up. I don't know what to do. It's like I'm saying that I'll use Joe Montana, saying that because you play Pee Wee football, it'd be like because I stream, it's like Pee Wee football, and because of that, I'm peers with Joe Montana. The greatest quarterback ever. We're actually buds. The greatest quarterback ever. Yeah, we're buds. I was gonna say like because I played football in a field, I'm now peers with him. That it's an organized sports game, even though I'm not. I just like me in streaming, I'm not getting paid. Now we're not in the same league. I had to learn that. Yes, it was something that I had to learn because I'm dumb. Iron Mouse and I are not even. I I don't think we'll ever be connected. But you watch my earlier streams, and I swear to you, you watch them, you'll see that I think that we're connected. I think she's gonna see this video, she's gonna love it. Um, just so you know, she did play the Iron Mouse parody song of Iron Man, Black Sabbath's Iron Man. She did play that on stream, and she got DMCA'd, and people were like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Yeah, it's absolute 100% insanity. So yeah, I can change it, but I don't suspect. I'm pretty stubborn in my beliefs, and it takes a lot. But I'm definitely open. I mean, if you attack a core belief, you're gonna get the full two barrels. If you want to, if you want to help me understand why you believe what you believe, because that's more important. Like I said, that's more important because I'm under the impression that whatever however we walk away, you're not going to believe a goddamn fucking thing I say anyway. So it's not even worth it. That's why I want to believe. I want to understand why you came to the conclusions you did. What drew you to this idea that the Earth was flat, or you know some other craziness like we faked the moon landings or something stupid like that. No, moon landing's not fake. The Earth is oblong, but spherical. It is not flat by any stretch of the imagination. Oh, just don't be a bully. That's it. That's the only thing. It, it, I'm scary good. I'm scary good at insulting people. I'm scary good at tearing down people. I am. Um, I have to be careful of that, especially when I'm in arguments. I actually hold back. Um, it was something that was said about Superman. Superman is so powerful that all he's doing against everything is holding back so much that to prevent damaging everything around him. He's got to be careful every time he flies. He's got to be careful every time he punches somebody. You know, he can punch at the speed of sound. He's got to not do that. And even when fighting powerful foes, because of people around, he can crack the earth in half. He's that powerful. And he spends almost all of his time Not only trying to be a normal human being, but being a weak human being. That's got to be madness. Because I'm just thinking like my secret superpower of insulting people. um, yeah, I'm scary good at it. I don't even want to like even unleash it. Um, because I always strike where it hurts. Um, yeah, I don't even want to even like give examples. Um, yeah, that superpower, I have to hold back every time I'm in an argument, every time I'm in a discussion with somebody, every time we're talking about the fucking weather. I gotta hold back. I gotta hold back so much sarcasm. It's unbelievable. Watch me in a stream. If you ever see me in a stream, in somebody else's stream, or even in my own, like if I'm having interactions with people, watch me. You'll see. I come up with these like quips, like on the thing, and you're like going, "Wow, that was like really good." But just so you know, I have probably like 20, 30 other quips that are just awful. That are just mean spirited, and I don't know where they come from. Let's do this. Um, cool beans comments below. It doesn't have to be cool beans. It can be whatever you like. And wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope you're having a fantastic time doing it. I will catch you on the flip side.